Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Jewel Tolentino here. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to create your own custom header graphics in Camtasia. So yes, Camtasia is a video editing software, but you can actually also create some cool graphics. And in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how I made this little header graphic right here. And it doesn't have to look exactly like this. This is just to give you the concept and the idea to create something for yourself and your own projects. This video right here was a Facebook Marketplace video. So obviously that's why this header graphic looks like this. And you can see it's got the Facebook Marketplace logo. And then you've got a book image right here. And this is all totally custom. And I'm going to break it down for you guys. So let me quickly play a little bit of a video. The reason why I chose to do this header graphic is because I'm doing a storytime video about some products that I sold on Facebook Marketplace, and I'll just play a little clip here. I built the IKEA rolling cart, this one right here. I tried the color white first. They do have 3 other colors, black, and then this kind of grayish green, but I did the white. So it's a voice narrated type video, and so that's why I wanted this static header graphic of the Facebook Marketplace Storytime to give it something a little bit more visual, because if it wasn't there, then it wouldn't be as visually appealing. And I was just trying to beef up the video because I'm not actually in the video and it's just my voice. Okay, so we're here in Camtasia, and you can see here I've got the elements that I used to create this, and we're going to break it down here. So the first thing here is this bottom layer, which is the shape. So it is a white rectangle. I'll just kind of duplicate it here on the side here so you guys can see it. So right here, this was the white shape. This was basically this, right? And I started off with that, and I knew that I wanted this to be a header. So I wanted it to be kind of like a graphic at the top that's kind of like a visual title. That's basically what a header graphic is. So I started off with the shape, and how you get to the shapes is you can go to annotations, go to this one with the square and the circle, and then grab your specific shape. I grabbed this one right here, and then I wanted it to be white because Facebook is blue and white, and I didn't want it to be blue. I wanted it to be the secondary color, which is white, which is the text, so that's why I chose that. Next, in the middle here is this little storefront graphic, and it's kind of like a generic marketplace graphic, and I got it from this website called Flat Icon. So this is Flat Icon, and all I did was type in Facebook Marketplace, and they've got lots of tiny little graphics. These aren't like full-on images, these are tiny vector graphics. And so they're good for things like this. And so this is the one that I chose because, again, I'm going off of the Facebook colors. Facebook colors is blue and white. So I chose this one because it's got the nice blue color. I wouldn't want this one, and I wouldn't want this one because I want it to be sort of uniform in the design. And so I got that, and that's this image right here. So I uploaded it into my media, and it's right here. And all I did was drag it down and stretched it out. And that's this thing right here. Right now it's really huge, and so I made it small, and then I put it in the center. But what I did here was I had the top part of it slightly off. Like, I didn't want it to be like this. I didn't want it to be exactly in the white rectangle frame. I wanted it slightly out just to do some depth and to just make it look cool. So you can see that I did that right here. Just a little bit here is sticking out, and I did that on purpose. So I did something like that, and I put it right in the center, and if you scroll across, you can see that it snaps into the center. Next, you can see is this blue shape here on the right hand side. What I did was I created a shape that would fit. So I'm just going to copy that, bring it down, and again, it was a shape, the rectangle, basically similar to the white, but I changed the color and then I shaped it accordingly. And I actually grabbed the color from the Facebook logo, which is this right here, and I'll show you how I did that. So once I have this shape here, I wanted it to match the other side, so I placed it around here. Now initially you're gonna be moving around stuff, so nothing's set in stone. So I can have it here and then place it somewhere else, but I'll show you how I grabbed the color. So initially I had this logo on here, which is the actual Facebook Marketplace logo that I downloaded from Google, and that's this image right here. And so what I did to make this color exactly the same as this color is I went here, and when I had this on the screen as well, the logo, you want to click on the down arrow, click the dropper, and then go here on the actual Facebook Marketplace original logo, click that, and that will give you the exact color match, so you don't have it being off by, you know, a couple degrees of color. So that's how I got that part. And then again, this book here, this is also another image from Flat Icon. I just typed in open book and I found this image, and again I just dragged it down to the timeline and then I placed it somewhere here. I didn't know exactly where it was going to be, so I placed it somewhere on there, but I knew I wanted it to be on this side because this side is going to say Facebook Marketplace, and so I put that there. And then next was the actual Facebook Marketplace logo, and you can see that when I drag it down, again I got this image from Google, when I drag it down you can see that it's not in the exact shape that it was here, and so I have to crop it. So what I did was I made it large because I wanted to get the right font size first. And so from here, you know, I enlarge it, and then I just want to check to see, okay, is this the font size that I want? Again, you can still play around with things, nothing is set in stone. And you want to crop it. So once you're on the Facebook Marketplace logo, click the crop tool, and then you can crop it, and it will, when you have this one already laid out, this shape here on the other side, it's gonna match it. So you can see that it puts this like yellow lines because they're saying this is the same size as the other side if you want to match it up. So I did something like that. Now I want to actually make it go up a bit because I need to stretch it out. I'm going to move this down here. And so roughly something like that. So you can see it's starting to take shape here. And then now for the next thing, which is this font right here. So this is a custom font. You can see it's called Gloss and Bloom, and it's a really stylistic font. It looks really cool. And I downloaded that for free and I installed it into Camtasia. And if you want to check a video out on that, I have a tutorial on exactly how to do that, and it's totally free to do. The fonts are free and installing it is free. So I do highly recommend doing that because this font does not come already included in Camtasia. And you can see that there's two of them. You can see that I stacked two of them, and I did that for a reason. You'll see in a second why. So most people will do one, and you can see here, if it's just one, it looks like this. But then if you have two stacked on top, it makes it a little bit more bolder. It's very slight, but it's these small details that count and that stand out. So that's why I did a double font to make it a little bit more stronger with the white color, because as I'm moving it, you can see that it's going in and out. And with a double, I find it looks a lot better. It looks more full. So that's why I duplicated the font, and that's why there's two here on top of each other like that, for a specific reason, to make the font look more full. Like I said, if I take it away, it doesn't look as full as it does when there are two. So I'm just going to copy and then paste that over here, and then drag it down. And so you can see it's starting to take shape. I can clip this here a little bit more. It is slightly off, but we're just doing an example here. And so there you go. That is how I created this custom header graphic in Camtasia. It's basically like a graphic. There's no animation to it. Everything's going to stay in place. And I like doing these kinds of things when I'm doing narration videos. It's a nice framing for the video. It sets the tone. When someone lands on it, they'll see, okay, they'll read it and it'll say Facebook Marketplace Storytime. So it tells you right away what's going on in the video. And because I was doing a narration storytime video, this was a great way to beef up the actual visualness of it. So I highly recommend creating some custom header graphics for your videos. You know, play around with shapes, fonts, colors. Go off of whatever the logo is or whatever you're talking about is. So in my case, it was Facebook Marketplace, so it was blue and white. So that's why the whole theme is blue and white. Get those vector images from Flat Icon. You can create something like this. So if you like these kinds of videos, I highly recommend you check out my Camtasia course. It has over 70 lectures, and if you want to fast track your Camtasia learning, I highly recommend you enroll and take it now. The link for that will be down in the description below. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.